Death blow. Death blow. Death blow.
Hello, this is me, Christina speaking, and you are listening to Death Blow Podcast.
Hello, wonderful people. This is me, Darkel, and this is Death Blow Podcast. Welcome to the season 4. Subscribe, like, and share my episodes, and click on the bell and press the like button. Death Blow Podcast is even on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Press the follow button there. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to more updates and news and some previews. Today, I want to talk with you about a one-woman band from Germany. Her talent is unique. This band is called Machtklang. The potential of her songs will surprise you. And right now, let's start with the interview. Hello, Christina.
Perfectly.
Welcome.
Hello. You are, what's your name again? Dark Hell?
Yes, it's me, Darkel. Hello and welcome, Christina.
Hello,
to this
Dark Hell.
Yes, I'm very glad that you're here tonight, and I'm so glad that you're here because I am very surprised by this one-man band or one-woman band in this case. And so first of all, how is it going? How are you?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Thanks for having me, Dark Hell, and yeah, I'm great. Thank you.
So what does it mean in English, the name Machtklang? Tell me a bit of the origin of the band.
Machtklang is a German word because I'm from Germany, so excuse me if my English isn't the best proper English so far.
No problem.
But yeah, the German word Macht is translated to English to might, and Klang, the German word Klang, is translated to the word sound. So basically to have a pretty mighty or a pretty big sound, you know? That's basically the meaning of the whole band name itself.
So is Machtklang a one-woman band? From your style I perceive musical influences like Bursum or even a bit of Darktron. Do you agree?
Yes, it is a one-woman project, which was originally called Finsterort some years ago because I resurrected it. And of course, yes, you mentioned Burzum, you mentioned Darkthrone. My root of playing music is black metal, of course, because I play now, I think, since I started to play guitar when I was 10, so I'm now playing guitar for 24 years. And slowly I evolved my little sound studio because I do everything on my own. I play the drums, I play the bass, I play all the instruments. And of course, having not much the knowledge back when I started out to record proper music, the thing to do black metal was pretty close to my hand, so my root is black metal, of course.
You released this debut album on Christmas Eve. Why this choice?
Why this choice? Because it should be a big fuck finger in the face of the Christian right.
Can you dive more into this idea?
I can. Earlier last year in 2024, I began a new job in the town office in my town. So the mayor was giving me this job, and I was exactly 5 months in this job because people treated me like shit. So these people who worked there always were pretty vocal about being Christian and being so next loving, and the bottom line is they were only heretics. And to get a little more deeper into detail, when I was a child, I was brutally molested and sexually abused for 2 years by a Catholic nun we had in school as a teacher for handicraft lesson because, my voice is pretty deep, so I'm a transsexual woman. And because of that, back when I was a child, I didn't act like a normal boy would do or should act. And so she took it to molest me. And back in those days, 96, That's the proper way to pronounce it. I was in the first grade in the elementary school, and 2 years long. And back in this time, I kind of broke with Christianity and with the so-called belief system. Everybody is indoctrinating little children to believe in that there is a sky daddy or a good God in the clouds somewhere, because no, it's just for me a big scam, a big lie. And the recent events, like last year when I had my new job in the city hall with the heretic co-workers, it's kind of refueled or kind of sparked again the desire to give a little bit back, So that's the main thing why it was released on Christmas Eve.
Very sorry that you had to pass through all this.
No need to be sorry. It made me stronger. It made me the strong individual I am today.
So, song titles are in German, and what are the themes of your lyrics?
Like I described, basically, the first song, Tief begraben, means buried deeply, and it is about the nun, because the nun who molested me died in 2014. And this song is basically about me digging her up and abusing her, giving back to her, in kind of another dimension, in kind of raping her in hell, So I made a little psychodrama out of it to release my anger on her. Well, the second song called Machtklang, which is of course the self-titled debut album. And the song is about, basically in nowadays society, in nowadays world where like the Christian right, like you say, with Donald Trump and all the religious right lunatics in politics, kind of trying to divide people in order to make more money and to gain votes. So the song Machtklang is about that, because I see social media and technology is used to manipulate people furthermore and to make them basically into brain dead zombies, so they can be manipulated pretty easily. So the third song is Panzerbataillon Prometheus, which is a little kind of fantasy song or dream song about a Panzer division, which isn't not attacking other soldiers or other enemies. No, the Panzer divisions is attacking mosques, churches, and synagogues. So they blew away everything which is, in my opinion, the cancer of this world, which is religion. And the last song on the debut album is Herbsthymne. This is a German word for hymn of autumn, which deals as well as a fantasy song, kind of manifesting things about a world which is post-religious. So imagine a world where religion isn't thought anymore. Religion is completely forgotten, and it's basically on the on the garbage, in the garbage can of the history, basically. So that's in a nutshell every song.
I see that it's very interesting what you talk about, because the religion, I know how much could affect people, and even in a negative way, and not like people think that could be very positive, but could be even very, very negative. And I'm very sorry for this experience you had to deal with. What about your main influences for this album?
My main influences? I didn't have really any, because I really was just putting the guitar on my lap, and I played naturally from my heart. It's everything you hear, it was straight from my heart. So I had no intention, for aiming in a certain way, or like me envisioning sort of saying to create another riff that is more like immortal sounding, or create a riff that is more sounding like mayhem or something. No, I just let the flow. I just went with the flow, you know.
How is hard for you to be transgender in the black metal scene?
Not pretty much, because I'm not really much in the scene itself, because I hate the black metal scene. I generally hate most of the so-called scenes, because to me it's just a society within a society. And back in 2000, when I started out playing guitar and getting into metal throughout Metallica and stuff, it was kind of a thing for me to kind of get away from the normal society, you know. And then shortly it became more like in the metal scene itself to be or to have another society in the metal scene itself with fashion, you know. Everybody is wearing the same kind of uniform. Everything is kind of looking the same, like in the normal, regular society. So to answer your question properly, is that it is not pretty difficult for me to be trans, because it is who I am. I haven't chosen to be who I am. I was born this way, and everybody who likes me, it's okay, and everybody who hates me can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, it's a very good approach, by the way.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
What I noticed in this release is the dissonance and the very dark composition. I really like this album that you composed.
Thank you so much, Doug Hell. Thank you.
Yeah, and are you going on tour with a lineup, or is a studio project with only your band?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't planned at all to do another black metal thing, because it really just happened because of the last year shitty experience in the job with the with working in the city hall, you know, with the shitty coworkers. This was really much the spark which led me to sit down and do some black metal. But originally 2024 was planned to release my real music, which is more leaning towards doom metal and stoner rock. But I wasn't able to create riffs or something, because I was so pissed, I was so angry in this work situation I encountered. So I do not really plan to go on tour. I do not plan to make shows. I do not even plan to make another album, to be honest, because it really just was a thing to me to release some anger and to release some demons and to give some shit back that was handed to me by certain people over the time. So I cannot guarantee you if there will be another Machtklang album, or if there will be a Machtklang gig, or even a tour. So it's everything in the stars.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, and you define your music, like you were telling before, as anti-religious. How important is this position for you?
In my opinion, in this world I see opinions are getting stronger, you know. And I don't even call my music with Machtklang not really much as black metal, to be honest, because I have so much respect for the genre black metal, and you know, I do not think that I would do or I would be able to create proper true black metal, because I always said that my black metal is untrue, and I never would really want to create true black metal, whatever this fucking is. So the thing why I call my music anti-religious is pretty simple put, because the lyrics are of anti-religion, and the whole concept of the one person or woman or whatever man band Machtklang is anti-religion, to get my point across, you know. This is not really much about the music itself. It is really much more about the message, and about having a huge fuck finger into the face of religion, because I see so much oppression. Take a look in America. women cannot get abortions. They have to bleed out when they have complications, because some religious right lunatics thinks it is unethical to get a fucking abortion. And on the other hand, if you look in the Middle East, you have the fucking Islam, where other people can stone you to death if you're gay, or women can get oppressed because some shitty dude, some fucking Muhammad or anyone is telling that male ones are superior ones than women. What the fuck? No. And this is my point with Machtklang, to get this point across. I'm not really much against the religious people itself, I'm not against people, but I'm against these ideologies. I'm against these brainwashing of children, because in my opinion, no one ever has actively chosen his or her religion. In my opinion, the most people are getting indoctrinated into their religion, because that's why most of the Christians are American. That's why most of the Muslims are from the Middle East. That's why most of the Hinduist people are from India. So they are getting born into it when they are a child and getting kind of indoctrinated. And yeah, that's my message. I'm not against the people. I'm just against religion itself, against the ideologies being taught in an early age, because I'm against child abuse. I've been there. I was abused as a child for being who I am. And well, if Machtklang is the vessel for it to get this point across, and even can lift up or empower some people who are searching for deeper knowledge, or to be independently walking the earth, or just want to get out of our system, which is mentally trying to cage you in, then Machtklang will be there for you. That's the point.
I consider your band like the voice of oppressed people, and the voice of people that are different, and even people that are emarginated by society. So as a person that has been emarginated by society like you, I just feel empathy for your position, because I have been even myself bullied, for example, and not treated well by other people. So I really understand you deeply when you say I didn't find my place in this world because people are against me all the time. So
Yes.
it's a thing that I totally understand you about it.
I feel you so well. I was bullied as well in school, so I can virtually shake your hand and hug you, because I know how this awful feeling is of not fitting in, or not fitting in. Let it put me the better way, the feeling of not fitting in, because you fit in, but the most people just are weak assholes, and so they bully.
What I like about your music is your vocal extension, which is very particular. From screaming to more growl style. I find this technique very unique, because as a singer myself into black metal, so I know how to growl and stuff, your vocal extension is very particular. Let me tell you, this is very important.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I do not consider myself a great singer. I honestly hate this voice I'm currently having now, because, I had a male puberty, so I have this fucking dog voice. I'm playing around with the, I have a wish to let my voice getting feminized via surgery, but I do not know exactly how it will play out after when the procedure is done. So I'm kind of playing and guessing around if I should do it or if I should not do it. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and you come from Germany, and did you find this land very good for your career? Because in other European countries, I come from Italy myself. The metal scene here is very difficult to emerge. Has many difficulties to emerge. So that's why I'm asking you.
Great question. Speaking on my behalf, I'm not having a stamp on my forehead that I'm transgender, you know? I do not go from house to house and knock on the doors and say, "Hey, I'm Christina, I'm trans." No. But as the moment people hear me speak, they kind of can know or they guess. So from my standpoint of view, to answer your question, I have not only in Germany, globally, because via Instagram and via social media, we are all connected together. I have encountered mixed voices. Some people totally are supporting me and kind of supporting me too much for my kind of taste, sort of thing. You know, they are kind of too friendly because they think they have to be too friendly because I am who I am, which well, it's not my main thing. And I also encountered people who just didn't give me an opportunity to play their event or the show because they knew or they heard my voice, and so they knew that I'm transgender. So they kind of axed me out, sort of thing. You know, they gate kept me. This is the word. They gate kept me out because of this. So not because of my quality of making music or singing or playing guitar, but just of who I am. So I really can give you only just a mixed answer, because in my opinion and in my position, I cannot really tell if the person I have right in front of me is kind of supportive or is negative in any way. So, but yeah, Germany right now, I think Germany is way more open than, for example, some place in the United States or in Mexico, or maybe in Iran or something. You know, so Iran would be a bad place, I think. Do not know, but I think.
Yeah, yeah. When did you discover that music was your part?
It was honestly when I was, I think, 8 or 9 years old, because, you know, I wasn't a wanted child. Let's put it this way. So my father was there, but not there for me. My parents have they stick together because of me, because I happen. And as a child, I really kind of subconsciously, I kind of knew that the love my parents shared wasn't really the love like you should have in a family. So my parents often were in arguments, they were often in fightings, and of course I had to deal with the molestation and abuse which I encountered from the nun in school. So I had pretty much stuff to deal with myself, to keep for myself, because I wasn't really, I hadn't really had the place or the space to talk to my daddy or to my mommy about my problems I had. So I kind of carried it around. And when I was 8 or 9, I cannot remember really well, but I can remember that I was hearing some heavy metal, and it kind of was, I think it was Metallica, Master of Puppets or something. And the sound, the drums, the guitars, and the singing from James Hetfield, it kind of resonated deep within my soul. And I wanted to know how to play these guitars. And then I wanted to know how to play these drums. And first I wanted to start out with the drums, but my parents didn't allow me because it was too noisy and too loud. And so I started out when I was 10 years old on the guitar in my school, because the school principal gave guitar lessons. And yeah, so my journey started out. I hope. What was the question again? I kind of lost track.
No, it's okay. It's very correct what you said, you know, because when in my case, I started to play guitar. I think it was at school as well. I was 14, you know, and started in 9th grade, and it was okay, but you know, I like to play keyboard because keyboard is my instrument, but I like guitar as well. So sometimes I played both instruments, and now I am both guitarist and a
Very
keyboardist.
great. Very
Yeah.
great. Stick to it. I recently, I think 6 months ago, 6 months, 6 or 7 months, roundabout, I tried to learn, or I began playing the violin, which is a complete different animal.
Yeah.
I suck so much at it, but stick to it. It's great. If you play guitar and keyboard, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Stick to it.
it's more than 10 years that I play both, so
Congratulations. Very great.
thank you. So what do you do during your free time? Do you have other interests, or music is your main priority?
In my free time, I have not much free time, to be honest, because I'm working a full-time job. Then I'm so much involved into my projects, especially in my main project now, which will definitely come out this year, which will be my Doom Stoner project. Because since 2017 or 2018, I had so enough from black metal and so enough from the so-called metal elitist guys who said, I have to be metal and only this is metal, and I had so enough of this bullshit, so I kind of listened more to stoner rock and to bands like Sleep and to Caius, and a little bit more bluesy stuff and more ZZ Top and lean kind of outwards from metal. So I started then my own doom and stoner kind of project, and I really look forward to finish it this year. So having free time is kind of for me playing music and doing stuff, and also I write my third book that year, which will hopefully come out this year as well, because in my free time I also like to write. I also like to paint, but my day only has 24 hours, and I have a boyfriend as well, so he will like to have time with me as well, so everything is kind of a little bit... I'm kind of jiggling around, but my heart is music, so it is mostly filled, my free time is mostly filled with creating music or anything that surrounds guitar and bass or drums, even if it kind of cleaning up a guitar or restringing a guitar, that's kind of my thing.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's very cute, because I even, in my case, I like to draw, so I understand you very well, even about painting. So it's something, sometimes we really need this stuff. We really need to express in different ways. So that's why it's very common between artists to find the different aspects and how to communicate and find new ways to communicate. So, and the other question was, of course, if you play other instruments. You said violin. So that's very cool.
Well, you cannot say that is violin playing. It is kind of torturing the violin.
Oh my god, you are so funny. I really have to tell you this. Very funny.
I'm not really true black metal. I'm the most untrue black metal head ever.
But this is what I like,
I don't take myself so damn serious. Even if I have the metal studs, armbands, and corpse painting, I'm funny as well.
Even about this doom stoner rock project, I find it very cool. This is so.
Yeah, I really look forward when it comes out, because I have already my band name, which is also licensed now legally, so it is legally protected, and it is my baby, and when it comes out, I will be so proud, and you will I can definitely hook you up with it. Maybe you like it, maybe you hate it, I do not know. We will see.
We will see. Do you like horror movies, or do you prefer other genres of movies?
I do not own a TV since 10-12 years now. But my boyfriend, he's watching movies, he's watching series, I think he's even got Netflix or something, and he watches stuff with me, but I do not know what we do watch. I can remember that we watched the series Vikings some years ago, which was pretty interesting and pretty inspirative for me as a musician to kind of create a weird song with some Viking elements. For example, I'm not really much into watching movies, but what I really like to do is hanging out on YouTube, and then I watch some fucking tutorial videos on how Yngwie Malmsteen plays this guitar solo, or how a Dimebag Darrell did this or that. This is kind of when I watch movies. So I really try to learn. I'm so hungry to learn. You know, I really love to learn new stuff, and then to kind of soak out the most positive for myself, and then to implement it in my own art, music, work, playing, whatever. This is what I kind of thrive for.
And something to add to finish this interview, something that you want to tell to your fans or people that are listening?
Yes, definitely. No matter if you are a religious person or not, I'm not against you. I'm not against people itself. I just do want to create some awareness about religion, and that religion can not only be good, it can only be harmful. And I want to thank you for having me, and I want to finish off this interview with my own credo I have, because may it sound weird, but my credo is I've won a race basically of sperm before I was born. So basically I was a champion before I was born, and then I was born, so I was born a champion. So why shouldn't I live my life as the champion I was born? So to everyone, and each and everyone listening, watching, whatever, why do most people do not live their lives as a champion, but they were born as a champion? That's the question. And this is my credo I live by. So I really would like to close this interview with this sentence or credo from me, to kind of provoke a little bit thinking. So may it helps, and may it helps not. What the fuck? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It has been a nice pleasure, and best wishes for your career.
Thank you so much as well, Doc Hell, and much greetings to Italy.
Bye, Christina. Bye. And that's all for this episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like, and share my episodes, and click on the bell and press the like button. Spotify and Apple Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to more updates and news. See you soon, guys.